He received a message from his girlfriend, saying she couldn't come today. With a smile, he replied, "Good luck with your club practice." But deep down, sitting on the train, he thought bitterly, "Today was supposed to be our special birthday date. This is Ono Aji." His childhood friend, Amada Miyuki, became his girlfriend last Christmas, after he finally confessed to her. To him, she was like an angel, an untouchable idol he had admired for years. If not for their childhood bond, he doubted he would have ever had the courage to even talk to her, let alone date her. Half a year had passed since then, but because of his own hesitation, they hadn't even shared their first kiss. He never imagined she would cancel their very first date as a couple, especially when he had gone all out to make it special. As he stepped off the train and glanced around, his eyes landed on the movie theater. "This is where Miyuki and I were supposed to go together." His mind wandered, imagining holding hands with her, walking side by side. He shook his head in embarrassment. What am I even daydreaming about? Lost in thought, he kept walking. Suddenly, he froze. Wait a second. This area, it's the Love Hotel district. His imagination went wild, flustering him even more. He pictured Miyuki with him in one of those rooms, her cheeks flushed, eyes darting away. Quickly, he shook it off. Idiot. I should just head home. That's when he heard footsteps behind him. Turning around, his blood ran cold. It was Miyuki, and she wasn't alone. Another boy walked beside her. Miyuki? His voice cracked. Her face turned pale with shock. Aji? He reached for her hand, but before he could touch her, a fist slammed into his face. A blonde guy had punched him. Stumbling back, Aji looked up in disbelief. What the hell do you think you're doing to my girl? The blondie snarled. Your girl. Aji spat, clutching his cheek. She's the one who cheated. The blonde scoffed. What? You some kind of stalker? He turned to Miyuki. Hey, tell him yourself. Tell him you only dated him 'cause you're childhood friends. Tell him how boring he is. Tell him how gross his sweaty hands felt when he tried to hold you. Aji's chest tightened. Miyuki stayed silent, trembling. The blonde leaned closer to her, smirking. Come on. You always say stuff like that when we're in bed, right? Aji froze. His fist clenched. What did he just say? The blonde put his arm around Miyuki. Yuki, it's fine. If you like this loser that much, I'll end it here. Choose, me or him. Miyuki's body shook. Tears spilled down her cheeks. No, don't throw me away. If you leave me, I can't go on living. Aji's world collapsed as he listened. The blonde patted her head like a pet. Good girl. As long as you understand, that's enough. Then, with a cruel grin, he said, Now say it, out loud. Who is this guy to you? Her trembling lips opened. He's just my childhood friend. A clingy stalker. A horrible, abusive boyfriend. Aji's breath hitched. His mind couldn't keep up. Miyuki. But the blonde twisted the knife deeper. Go on. Tell him properly. Through her tears, Miyuki whispered, I'm sorry, Aji. I can't be with you anymore. Don't talk to me at school either. From that day, his world fell apart. Later, at a small restaurant named Tino No, Aji quietly pushed the door open. Oh, welcome back. You're home early. The man inside greeted warmly. Aji said nothing. The man asked gently, Did you skip lunch? Want me to make you something? I'm fine, Aji muttered. The woman there looked at him with deep concern. But he just went to bed, crushed by the shock. Days passed in a blur. He barely ate, barely spoke. When she asked him again and again, Are you eating? Are you okay? All he could do was stay silent. Like that, Ono Aji's life as a happy boyfriend ended. And in its place, he began to sink into the life of a shut-in. He kept having the same kind of nightmares. In them, his beloved was always taken away, saying with a cruel smile, Seriously, that guy is so disgusting. Just because we were childhood friends, he misunderstood and got all clingy. Forget that creep already. Just focus on me. And as they kissed in front of him, The main character thought desperately, "Stop, please, just stop already." He woke from that nightmare drenched in fear. Sleep itself had become something he dreaded. Washing his face, he dragged himself to school like a dead man. On the way, someone clung to him from behind. "Anything new?" a modest voice asked. It was his friend. Aji didn't reply. He only glanced at her from a distance. Memories flickered in his mind. "Is there someone you like?" "No." "Why are you suddenly asking?" "Well, you never talk about that stuff. Even Muku doesn't." "Should I just become your bride then?" She had laughed, teasing him back then. "Cut that out." "Oh wow, you totally look serious." At school, he tried to approach Miyuki once more. She turned when she heard her name, but before he could speak, another girl appeared. "Don't get involved with me anymore, you abusive creep." Aji froze in shock as the girl pulled Miyuki away. "Let's go." She glared back at him. "If you keep stalking her, I won't let you get away." And to Miyuki, she added loudly, "You have to ignore stalkers like that properly." That night, Aji lay under his bed before waking to the sound of endless notifications. His phone was overflowing with threats and insults from unknown accounts. Creep, disgusting, die already, abuser, cheater. His mailbox was flooded with nothing but hate. What the hell? I didn't even do anything," he cried, throwing the phone aside. But it was clear, the blondie and the girl had spread rumors. The next day, he told himself to act normal. "It's fine. Just another day." He opened the classroom door. Students chatted, laughed, and ate together. He sat quietly at his desk until the words reached his ears. "Abusive freak. The worst. Seriously disgusting piece of trash." His world cracked. "Even though I didn't do anything." Then, the same girl from before slammed her hand on his desk. "Shut up, you criminal. There's no way Miyuki would lie." Even Komodo-senpai from the soccer club said he saw it. The blondie, Komodo, his name now dragged into it. The girl sneered. "Two school celebrities against a criminal like you? Anyone would know who to believe." "I don't want to hear it anymore." The main character thought to himself, Why did it end up like this?" Around him, people laughed, shared food, and enjoyed themselves, while he sat alone, completely isolated. Little by little, he felt his humanity slipping away. Later, he checked his club messages. "Today's club is cancelled, so you don't need to come." Cancelled. Again. There was no one left in his class or his club that he could rely on. Still, he told himself, maybe someone is still there. Maybe I can talk to them. Maybe I can ask for help. But when he reached the room, the voices from inside shattered his last bit of hope. "You made sure to tell him it was cancelled, right?" "Yeah, I messaged him during lunch. I mean, it's scary to even see him." "What about the draft he drew?" "Oh, I already threw it out." His heart broke. Tears spilled down his face as their words echoed in his head. He doesn't even have talent. He tried so hard, and it's still pathetic. Barely able to breathe, he stumbled toward a garbage bin. And there it was, his manuscript, the one he had poured so much time and effort into, crumpled and tossed away like trash. That was when he realized the truth. He had no one left on his side. No friends. No allies. Nothing. He was completely alone in a world ruled by his enemies. Still, a faint thought crossed his mind. Wait. Maybe my homeroom teacher is still in the classroom. Maybe she'll listen. Maybe she'll help. But when he peeked inside, his body froze. Miyuki and the other girl were already there, speaking with the teacher. "Sensei, I think Miyuki's been really troubled lately. Could you maybe talk to her about it sometime?" "Sure. But it's rare for someone like her to struggle. Did you get caught up in something because you were too kind?" The teacher asked gently. His childhood friend lowered her head and lied. "Yes, something like that." The teacher smiled warmly. "Don't worry. It's fine. You're such an outstanding student. I'll definitely be on your side." Aji's chest tightened. He clenched his fists and bit his teeth, then ran as fast as he could. Her words rang in his ears. "There is no other student as outstanding as you. I will always be on your side. When he reached his locker, a new message was waiting for him, scrawled on the door. If you snitch, I'll get you. Lol. His whole body shook as he read it. Terrified, he fled the school and ran straight home. Welcome back. No club today? His mother greeted. I'm home, he answered quietly. Yes. I heard it was cancelled last minute. She looked at him with concern. You haven't been feeling well lately. Make sure to rest properly. He nodded. His older brother added, even though Mom and I are tired too, you don't need to worry about us. Just enjoy school. That's all you have to do. Ever since their father died, their mother had never once cried in front of them. She always smiled so they wouldn't worry. His older brother had worked hard, protecting the family and keeping the shop running. And so, Aji forced a smile as well. Yes, I'll do my best. Inside, though, his thoughts whispered to him, as long as I keep enduring, no one has to be unhappy. If I keep suffering, then they can all smile. I just have to keep enduring. The scene then shifts to Miyuki. She woke up with heavy eyes, thinking to herself, since that day, I haven't been able to sleep. Why did things turn out like this? Sometimes I keep hoping maybe that day was just a dream. If Komodo-senpai hadn't been there, if I had just clung to Aji, crying that I didn't want to break up. When I saw him being bullied, I almost started crying myself. But she forced herself to hold it in. No, I can't cry. I don't get to cry. She thought back. It all started as just a silly love talk. I was happy. But our relationship wasn't really progressing. That was when she was introduced to Komodo-senpai. He was nothing like Aji. Athletic, smart, the ace of the soccer team. Handsome, confident, and gentlemanly. Unlike her and Aji, who were each other's first love, Komodo had experience and a more mature view of relationships. His words replayed in her mind. Come on, no guy wouldn't be into a cute girl like Miyuki-chan. If it were me, I would have made a move right away. Just kidding, oh. He invited her out for food and drinks. He told her she was attractive, maybe too attractive for Aji, and that's why he hadn't made a move. That night became the first time their lips met, her first kiss, the one that should have belonged to Aji. From then on, Komodo took everything away from her, and she let him. Their first night together followed soon after. It's fine, he had told her. If a guy doesn't make a move on a girlfriend as attractive as you, that's his failure. You're not the one in the wrong, Miyuki. The one who failed as a man was him. She had hesitated, guilt gnawing at her. But his persistence and his smooth words pulled her in again and again. Each time she gave in, she felt herself sinking deeper. Until eventually, she became dependent on him. And there was no turning back. Later, lying in bed beside him, he casually said, Hey, the 30th. Let's hang out. Her heart sank. That's Aji's birthday. Whatever, Komodo shrugged. If you don't come, I'll just ask another girl. She panicked. And no, I'll come. His eyes narrowed. You're always putting that Aji guy first. Feels like I barely exist in your world. I'm tired of chasing you. Let's just end this. Her head spun. Wait, what? Are you saying? Wait, just a second. He cut her off coldly. This way, we can both be happier. And just like that, she chose him over Aji. She told herself Aji would forgive her. He was the one she'd spent over 10 years with. Her destined person. The one she thought she'd marry someday. But the woman inside her whispered otherwise. I should confess. I should admit I lied. That I cheated. But if I do, I'll lose everything. I can't. So instead, she let Komodo twist the truth, turning Aji into the enemy of the entire school. The scene shifts back to Aji. His locker was smeared with garbage, plastered with cruel notes. Students whispered as they passed. He's violent, gross. Poor Miyuki. Komodo-senpai is so cool. He drove that abusive guy away. I don't even want to talk to him anymore. When Aji opened the door to his class, a fresh note had been stuck to it. His home address scribbled alongside the words, Abusive Guy's House. On the blackboard, hateful words were scrawled. Get out. Aji stared at them, his heart collapsing. Because of me, my family, my dad's shop. Why? Why? Just why? Unable to endure it any longer, he ran out of the classroom. But waiting for him in the hallway was the blondie, smirking. So, he taunted, how's it feel, criminal boy? Grinding his teeth, Aji glared at him. Why would you tell such a lie? The blondie only laughed, his eyes glittering with malice. Because it's fun. Watching you lose your girl, your friends, everything. It makes for a great show, doesn't it? Honestly, it's your fault for thinking someone like you could get with Miyuki. You should just drop out already. I love breaking people's lives. Every word was a dagger. This had all been his plan from the start. Aji collapsed to his knees, his body shaking. It's hopeless now. Later, he was carried to the infirmary. The teacher there glanced at him kindly. I'll let your homeroom teacher know, just in case. Thank you, he muttered, forcing himself to stand. His eyes were dead. No one's going to help me. Of course they'll believe Miyuki, the smart, capable angel, over someone like me. I can't talk to my parents. I can't talk to my brother. After being betrayed by Miyuki, my best friend and my girlfriend, I have nothing. A year and a half left until graduation. How am I supposed to survive? He checked his phone. A new message awaited him from his club president. After what you did to Amada, the other members are too scared. I'm really sorry, but we'd like you to stop coming to the club. The words crushed him. It's not true. I didn't do it. His tears fell uncontrollably. When he checked again, he saw his friends had blocked him, one after another. That night, he lay in bed, crying harder than he ever had before. The next morning, he left the infirmary, forcing a hollow smile. Sorry for the trouble. I'm fine now. The teacher nodded. Is that so? Take care of yourself. But inside, he was already gone. A corpse in a living body. He wandered up to the rooftop. For now, I'll just get used to it, until my heart grows numb to their cruelty. But the whispers wouldn't stop. Die creep. The worst. Piece of trash. Kill yourself. Get lost. He gripped the railing. Maybe, if I just jumped now, wouldn't that make everything easier? He took a step forward, then froze. Someone was standing there. A girl with blonde hair, her greenish eyes locking onto his. In the middle of hopelessness, despair, and thoughts of death, he encountered the one who would change his fate forever. She tilted her head. Who are you? Oh no, Aji, he answered after a pause. I'm a second year. I was skipping class, wandering around, and I just ended up here. Of course, he couldn't tell her he had come to the roof to jump. She smiled faintly. Oh, Ono senpai. Her name was Chino Gi, a brilliant student who had placed first in last year's entrance exams. With her beauty and her kindness, she had instantly become the school idol. Dozens of guys in her class had already confessed to her. Yet today, her expression looked faintly troubled. So why show up now of all times? Aji lowered his head. Sorry, you probably heard the rumors, right? Would you mind letting me have this spot? I just want to hide out here until lunch break. But her voice was firm, unwavering. Absolutely not. This is my spot, so I won't give it up. Please disappear somewhere else, senpai. Aji frowned. Are you sure? You know the rumors about me, don't you? I do, she answered calmly. But it's still a no. Her bluntness stunned him. He had expected her to recoil like everyone else, but instead she looked him straight in the eye. She let out a small sigh, as if relieved. He tried asking again, and this time she said, Yes, I know the rumors about you, but they're just that, rumors. I don't actually believe them myself. Aji's face went numb. For the first time in what felt like forever, someone had said something that didn't feel like a dagger. Someone was on his side. She went on, Besides, romance is kind of like an illness. Why would you believe such a one-sided and vague story? Students these days overreact too much, lynching someone without even knowing whether it's true or false. That's just awful. With pain in his voice, he asked, Then, do you believe in me? It's not about believing or not believing, she replied firmly. Hurting someone based on bias One-sided information is too big a risk. Her words lit a faint spark of hope inside him, one he hadn't felt in days. A small blush spread across her cheeks. "Thank you," he said, his voice filled with genuine gratitude. She looked away quickly, flustered. "Why are you even thanking me?" she asked, trying to sound casual, but her blush betrayed her. Aji chuckled. "It's fine if you don't understand." As they stood there, raindrops began to fall, quickly turning into a downpour. "Anyway," Aji said, "let's go inside. You'll catch a cold." "Leave me alone," she snapped. He blinked. "Huh." Grinding her teeth, she muttered, "You really don't get it, do you? The reason I'm here alone is because—" "The reason?" he cut in. She continued, her voice trembling. "Getting soaked in the rain, catching a cold. There's no need for you to worry. There's no tomorrow for someone like me." Aji froze. The words hit him hard because they were the same ones echoing in his own heart. He had come to the rooftop with the same intent. He stepped toward her. "You should calm down. Please leave me alone. I want to die," she cried. Without thinking, Aji grabbed her arm. "Stop it." She turned to him in shock, and he continued firmly, "Cut it out, all right?" As she stumbled back, they both fell against the fence. Why are you trying to protect me?" she screamed. "If this fence had been old and unstable, you would have—" "Shut up," Aji barked. "You don't need a reason to save someone." She tried to argue, but he cut her off again. "If you're going to die, then at least go out with me for just one day. Let's skip school together." Her face turned crimson, her words stumbling. "Skip school? Do you even understand the situation you're in right now?" "I couldn't help it," Aji admitted. "I came here planning to die as well. But I never thought I'd end up stopping a junior from doing the same thing." Her eyes welled with tears, and maybe, just maybe, she saw a way out. Dropping to her knees, she smiled through the tears streaming down her cheeks. "Right?" Looking at her, drenched and crying, Aji finally felt a sliver of relief. They laughed together, breaking the suffocating weight between them. "Anyway," he said, "let's go inside." "Okay," she nodded softly. He stood, pulling out a handkerchief. "Here, use this." She shook her head. "I don't need it. Just take it," he insisted. "Thank you." She accepted it, staring at him longer than he expected. "Please don't stare at me like that," he muttered. When he glanced back, his eyes widened. Her soaked clothes clung to her body, revealing her figure. She caught his gaze instantly. Her lips curved into a sly smile. "You said not to stare, but you still did. That's sexual harassment, you know." The main character turned his head away, embarrassed. She tilted her head. "So what are we going to do now? You invited me to skip school, so you must have some kind of plan." He smiled awkwardly. "Of course I don't. I was desperate. Sorry." Then he laughed. "This really isn't some cool delinquent thing or anything like that." She chuckled at his honesty. "All right." Aji thought to himself, "So, she can smile like that too." He remembered how his classmates used to say she had a harsh attitude when rejecting confessions. A flashback played in his mind, her voice cold. "Why would you think you can date me? Someone you don't even know? Do you have any idea what it feels like to be confessed to by a total stranger? All I feel is fear. I refuse everyone outright. You're only interested in my looks or my status." That was the truth about her, which made her warm response to him now so unexpected. She looked at him and said, "Here, this is in return," handing him a lunch package. He accepted it gratefully. "Thanks. Let's see. Oh, I have rice balls. Here, have one too, Ichino." She smiled faintly. "Thank you." As they ate together, she said softly, "This is delicious." His heart warmed at those words. "This is tuna, right? Mixed with mayonnaise?" she asked. "Yeah," he nodded. "Haven't you had it before? It's a classic rice ball filling from convenience stores." "Oh, I see. So everyone's been eating something this good?" she muttered. "There are tons of delicious things out there. he replied. It'd be such a waste to die without even knowing them. His words struck her, moving something inside. She looked at him and said, "This really is good. I'm getting kind of excited about this." He grinned. Then, "Want to come over to my place?" Her face turned red, flustered by the sudden words, misunderstanding his intent. The scene shifted to the school exit, where they hid behind the cycle stand. "But the front gate is locked," she pointed out. "How are we supposed to get out?" He explained. "See that metal door to the side of the main entrance? You can unlock it from the inside. Once it closes, it automatically locks so you can't get back in. But it's easy to exit through." She gave him a suspicious look. "And why do you even know that?" He smirked. "An honor student like you wouldn't understand, would you?" Then aloud he said, "Once in a while, it's fine. All right, let's go." He reached for her hand. Their fingers intertwined, and for a moment, they looked more like a couple than just classmates. Her face reddened. "Why are you blushing? Let's go already." Still embarrassed, he asked, "Is it really okay for us to hold hands when we just met?" She hesitated, then admitted, "I'd be lying if I said I wasn't uncomfortable at all. But in plays or movies, it's normal, right? Besides, this is my first time holding hands with a guy. So take care of it, okay? That's enough." I wasn't overthinking it. His heart thudded as he thought, "She's the one making me embarrassed right now." Together, they said, "Let's go." But then a voice roared from behind. "Where the hell are you two going? And what the hell do you think you're doing?" Neither of them looked back. It was as if they were leaving their past behind, walking toward a new future. The girl asked herself quietly, "Why am I trying to skip school with someone I just met?" And then, from deep within her memory, a voice echoed, "I will protect you." So many people had said those words to her when confessing their feelings, but she hated hearing them. They only triggered her trauma. But Ono-senpai was different. He was such a good person it actually made her worry. If I'm with him, maybe I can escape this current hell. Yet this chapter isn't about him. This is about Komodo, the blonde-haired boy who stole the main character's girlfriend and spread the rumors that destroyed him. He was the man at the very center of this world. His father was a city councilman. He had entered one of the prefecture's top 3 prestigious high schools. He became the ace of the soccer team, pushing what was once a weak team all the way to the national tournament. Scouts from private universities were already lining up for him. Since childhood, he was different. A little studying and he was already at the top. Excellent grades, tall height, natural athleticism, he had everything. Thanks to his soccer talent, he became the centerpiece of every team. Naturally, he was popular since elementary school. He had never once been without a girlfriend since his first one in 3rd grade. But there was something he would never forget: what happened in 8th grade. At the time, the class idol and the class otaku were dating. Childhood friends who believed they were destined to marry someday. To Komodo, their pure relationship was disgusting. So what he did next was obvious. As expected, the girl fell for him easily. Soon, she sneered at her boyfriend, calling him gross, saying having him as a partner was the greatest shame of her life. Komodo thought it was hilarious. Stupid women, acting like tragic heroines. Destined partners? Absolutely hilarious. It was so funny that he recorded the girl's insults and played them back for the otaku. That moment was a masterpiece. The boy broke down crying. "You promised to marry me, didn't you?" Watching him fall apart, Komodo felt his desire for conquest fully satisfied. He smiled like a maniac. The girl spat out the final blow. "Let's break up quickly. I'm going to be happy with him." But Komodo only sneered. "You've gotten so tacky." Since then, he had come to love stealing other men's women. Every time the women who fell for his charm stopped studying, their grades dropped, and they turned on their friends. Pathetic, he always thought. The moment they lost all value to him, he dumped them. One girl begged, "Why? Why are you breaking up with me? I threw everything away for you." But he didn't even look at her, casually tapping on his phone. "You know, I hate loose women. I started to hate you, so let's break up." The former class idol ended up skipping school entirely, her life ruined. And watching her fall apart only amused him. Men and women ruining themselves. It's seriously hilarious. Now, his new target was none other than Miyuki, the main character's childhood friend, his girlfriend, and his last piece of happiness. He grabbed Miyuki's hand and struck her, just enough to make it look convincing. Then he played the victim, staging a drama in front of everyone so that he could frame Aji for it. Inside his mind, Komodo sneered. That guy and Miyuki, just how far will they fall? I'm looking forward to what happens next. Meanwhile, Miyuki sat shivering in her classroom. He hasn't come back since morning. Her eyes drifted toward Aji's empty desk. She whispered in her heart, "Don't tell me. He quit school because of me." She still couldn't bring herself to believe Komodo would spread such vicious rumors. "No, it's not bad. I don't know anything. Not bad," she repeated to herself. But when she looked out the window, her heart lurched. There he was, Aji. Relief washed over her, and her lips formed his name. Yet the joy twisted into rage the moment she noticed the blonde-haired girl walking beside him. "Why? Who is that homewrecker?" she snapped, her emotions spiraling. Even after cheating on him and destroying his life, she still believed she had a right to stake a claim on him. The scene then shifted to Class 2B's homeroom teacher, Takeyaji. He had also seen Aji leaving the school. He really did something reckless, but at least he's safe, the teacher thought with a breath of relief. Earlier that morning during homeroom, Takeyaji had said, "Well, today starts the second semester." He began taking attendance, only to notice Aji's desk empty. As he approached, his eyes caught the hateful words carved and written all over it. "Get lost, loser." His face hardened. "Does anyone know what happened here?" he demanded. Not long after, Aji returned, muttering that he wasn't feeling well and heading to the nurse's office. "I see," Takeyaji said calmly. "Then I'll go check on him. Everyone else, line up in the gym first." Before he could leave, he noticed Miyuki, pale and trembling like she was about to collapse. As he stepped out into the hallway, someone came rushing toward him, breathless. It was none other than the school nurse, Mitsui. "This is urgent, it's about Ono-kun. He hasn't come back," she gasped. "I was just about to look for him," Takeyaji replied. "I'm so sorry," Mitsui said, guilt in her voice. "I should have stopped him, even by force. He seemed strange. When I asked if something had happened, he just got under the blanket and said he wasn't feeling well. 'Please let me rest,' were his exact words. Determined, she added, 'I'll search the school myself.'" "Thank you," Takeyaji nodded. "The principal is tied up with the all-school assembly, so I'll speak with the vice principal." Moments later, the vice principal addressed the faculty. "I see. The problem is the principal can't intervene right now. Let's hold a strategic meeting after school today. Teachers, question the students in detail." "Understood." The teachers nodded. Back in the classroom, Takeyaji's tone turned strict as he faced the students. "All of you should know what property damage means, right?" His stern gaze swept across the room. The students shifted uncomfortably. "You should understand this already. It's about Ono's desk," he continued. "I don't know who did it yet, but from the condition of the desk and Ono's state this morning, I can imagine enough." He pointed at the hateful words etched into the desk. "School desks are school property, public property, paid for by the taxes of your parents. Damaging it is not mischief. It is a crime." His eyes fell directly on Miyuki, who sat shivering under his gaze. The culprit might try to say it was just a weak joke, that Ono is bad, but writing slander on someone else's desk cannot be excused. Not here. His voice grew sharp. Even celebrities have seen arrests over death threats. The same excuses won't work for you. He stepped closer, his voice firm, resolute. "Don't fool yourselves with the word bullying. This isn't a prank. It isn't mischief. This is a crime that cannot be overlooked. I want every single one of you to remember that clearly."